Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the first stream. Welcome to the channel's first stream. What's up, Naos? What's up, Try? Ian, what's up? Omega Level, what's up? Nice to see everybody. I haven't streamed in about 4 years, so still trying to like reacclimate myself to OBS, and I'm like, do I want to do the camera? Do I not want to do the camera? Hold on, let me pop the camera on for a second. Feels strange seeing my face, but yo, Raziel, what's up? How you been, man? Good to see you. Oh man, haven't seen a video from you in a bit, man. Glad you popped in. So my goal for tonight is I'm just gonna kind of do like a 4 BC run, taking it easy. I have a second save file here, and I haven't actually gotten the 5th BC on there, so I figured it would be good for me to chip away a little bit at this, and also have it so that way if people come in right off the cuff, there won't be any 5 BC spoilers. So I think we'll give that a shot. You know, and as the run goes on, if there's any items you folks want me to check out, anything you want me to do, just let me know. I'm paying attention, right? Osteohyporosis. I love that. Yeah, it's a face reveal, I guess. I've had a couple of old stream shots in my videos, but they're kind of hidden in there. So I guess this is the first real thing. I look as sophisticated as I sound. Thanks. Yo, Raziel. All right, been busy with work life and such. I hear you, man. I hear you. I think the last video I saw from you was maybe like an astral ascent like a month or two ago. Are you still jamming on that, or you got anything else going on? Yeah. Oh wow, so we got Adam, we got Bags and Omega Level. I got 3. I got the trifecta in here, you know. All right. So as I start rolling here, if you folks just want to let me know how the audio sounds, as far as the voice and the game. So if I need to tweak anything, I did a little bit of testing, but just in case something needs to get fixed, I can take care of that real quick. $50 burgers, 50 fries. Oh, Yeet, what's up? I haven't talked about the Forge yet. I promise. I've only been live. I've actually only been live for like 3 minutes, so I haven't had a chance to talk about it yet, but I will. Don't you worry. All right, cool. Glad to hear the audio's good. Thanks, Osteo. Dead Cells comeback. Yo, I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready. You had I think you've only done, I'm trying to remember, I mean, it's been a bit, obviously. I think you've only done like a couple of fuller runs, so are you thinking of doing some shorter, kind of like showcase type stuff with the boss fight stuff that you've done, or are you thinking of doing a full jam? Okay. So, Noah, the Forge is something that you should ignore completely. It comes after every boss. You can put cells in there to increase your weapon quality, but I don't think you should because it's really not that important. So. Jokes aside, I don't know if you're serious or not, but jokes aside, yeah, the Forge is incredibly important for weapon upgrades. You want to save your cells and pop them in there after it's after every main boss, not including Hand of the King. It's also after servants too, if you decide to go the Lighthouse route. Yeah. So funny. And yeah, I made a joke in the stream title about multitasking. I feel like I play pretty well, and as some of you folks know, I can talk into a microphone for hours, but I don't normally do both at the same time. So this will be fun. It'll be interesting, right? So I'm gonna go tactics here. Reason being is, like I mentioned, I'm just gonna get the 5th BC, and I feel like using a tactics run, hopping down. Probably gonna do definitely go through the Sepulchre, I think. I don't know if I want to go through Cavern, and part of that is because I haven't done that super annoying acceptance route yet on this, so I'll probably end up doing that. As I'm already getting trashed. Might take me a couple might take me a couple minutes to get acclimated here. Ida, I wish I saw your comment before I recycled that, or I would have picked it up. And talk about luck. What do they call it? Streamer luck. I almost got destroyed, and I just got a small and a large food back to back in the same hallway. Pretty wild. Do I have a favorite weapon? Like, not at the moment. I'm trying to think of runs that I've had recently. I generally have been kind of like rolling with some brutality, just doing the normal sort of swift sword, vorpan, whatever. But as far as favorite weapon, I actually don't have one at the moment, believe it or not. Despite the fact that I could talk your ear off about every single weapon in existence, I don't have a favorite one. But like I mentioned, this is early on in a save file, so there's still a bunch of stuff I haven't unlocked. You may have saw I got Acrobata Pack earlier, and here is the Hyperlight Drifter lore room, so I can get the Hardlight Sword. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna roll with this for a little bit, and then I'll throw. I think I'll throw Firebrands in the back. Oh, I don't even have the backpack unlocked. How funny is that? Yeah, I figured. No, I figured you were joking, but never know. Oh, I got another food down here too. Sick. And as far as game stuff goes, I've been up to my chin in Elden Ring recently. I just got the platinum earlier today, so I feel like I've been I've been beaten down pretty hard, but I made it through. I survived and ended up finally getting the platinum after, like, I don't think it was like 70 hours total or something ridiculous like that. It took quite a bit, but it was interesting. I don't know if anybody here has played Elden Ring, but it's one of those games that is, in certain areas, it's like a straight 10, and then sometimes things happen and you're like, oh my god, did anybody test this game? It can get so hard. Yeet, Snake Fang's great. Signacious in the house. Soon as I start talking about Elden Ring, Pry pops in. All right, and Bag said there's a little bit of lag with the video. Is anybody else getting lag too? If you are, just let me know. I'll change some settings in OBS. Yeah, it's Yo, Osteo, thanks for popping in, man. Good to see you for a bit. Yeah, Elden Ring is one of those games where, like, I feel like it takes like all of the best things about the Dark Souls kind of vibe, like the FromSoft thing, and all of the worst things, and it takes them and it amplifies them like 100 times. So like all the best stuff about Dark Souls is way better in Elden Ring, and like all the frustrating stuff in Dark Souls is like way worse in Elden Ring. Yeah, and the other thing too is I'm running OBS through a Mac, so might be just a little bit of software functionality too. But if it happens again, or if it keeps up, I'll dig into OBS and see if I can change some settings. We'll see what's up. All right, where do I want to go? What are we doing? So I said I might do the acceptance route. Yeah, I'll do that. Might as well get that. Try to get that blueprint out of the way. So Sig, how's your Elden Ring journey? I know you said you were making your way through. When you went to, you got past the fire giant, right? Going into Fallen Azul or whatever that thing's called. I already forget. I was just there today and I already forget about what it was called. So funny. Yeah, and I am not going to the bank. I am not going to the bank right off the bat. No way. It's brutal. I mean, Bank's tough in general, but I feel like if you pop in there early, if you pop in there after Prisoner's Quarters or after Sewer's Prom, like it's rough. The item scaling, I feel like doesn't catch up to the enemy damage. But later in the game, though, for sure. If that popped up, after the giant as a alternative to High Peak Castle, I would jump in there so fast. Yep, Farum Azula, that's it. I also, I definitely kind of like brute forced and rushed my way through the end of that game just because I was getting like fatigued. I feel like earlier in the game there was a lot of breathing room between areas, but I feel like as you start to get towards the end, the breathing room disappears and you're just kind of pushed from like really tough area to really tough area where there's enemies are doing way more damage than they used to, and some of the enemies that get repeated, their HP's high, and like it was wild. But I'm glad I made it through. Well, definitely glad I played it, and I'm sure I'm gonna do a new game plus or a different build at some point down the road. It's so funny. So I've been using the hyperlight sword. I have not been paying attention to the ammo at all. Not paying any attention. It's beautiful. Beautiful. How not to play Dead Cells. So I'm going to skip the prison depths, and how not to stream is to not pay attention to the items that you're actually using. Beautiful. Ian, big bank. Yeah, dude, big bang towards the end is like, it's a must. It's a must. Yeah, and Sig, I cheesed Melania a little bit too. Like I did use a summon just because after like however many attempts, I was like, my resolve was starting to lessen, and I was definitely getting frustrated. But cheesed her a little bit. But like I was mentioning over text, I did learn Waterfowl, and I was able to dodge it consistently. So I feel like even though I used some range attacks in the summon, I at least learned that part of the fight, which was actually really sick. Yeah, Ray's good timing, dude. So, Omega level guys, how have your runs been going over the past? I don't know if it's public knowledge yet, but Ian in the chat got his first flawless 5BC win the other night. I got to see some of the footage. It was sick. He had a seismic strike in the backpack with Porcupack off color. I was so proud. So proud. Yeah, and the summon I used, sorry, back to Elden Ring, the summon that I used was Black Knife Tish, I think is the name of the summon. Super sick. So it's like they do that additional like death type damage where it takes off the top 10% of an enemy's health bar, and it like ticks down constantly. It was intense. Yeah, Slavic, it's interesting because like I feel like they gave so many options as far as what you can do and the tools that you have at your disposal. Because like, yeah, someone can, level 1 no summons in new game +7, right? And then someone else can run through a first game with summons and an intelligence build, and everyone, you still get to see the content. So like I appreciate the options there, and I feel like it kind of, especially since the other thing too is Elden Ring, as I'm sure most of you folks know, like what's his name, George R. Martin from Game of Thrones was involved with it, so there's like a little bit of hype behind that, so they probably wanted to make it so that way it would be more accessible to folks across the board. Nice. No, it's 3 and 4 BC today. That's sick. Sick. Congratulations. It's awesome. So did you get your 3rd and 4th boss cells, or did you finish 3 and 4 BC? So as I was Elden Ring rambling, we got the kill door, we got the 60, and I'm just gonna do what I do. I think I mentioned this in my one of my recent videos. I like to, when I go to the prom, I like to go horizontal, so that way I can kind of clear everything out in one plane, just go everything straight across, and then I like to go down each individual little subset of the area. It's easier for me to not only to kind of keep track of like where I've been and what I'm doing, but also like I just mentioned, I got the 60. Like if I get hit, it gives me a better idea on like how much space I have for more enemies there. Yeah. And then someone popped in. I can't read the characters. I'm not sure if it's Japanese or Chinese or what, but welcome. Hello. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for chilling. Working on 4. Decided to clear boss rush instead. Good luck. Good luck to you. That's you can get pretty gnarly. All right, so I think I got toxic. All right, so I got double toxic here. So I'm gonna grab this over the hard light, so I can get that plus 80% to poison pretty easily. And then let me see what else. Oh God, that's. I'd like to be able to finish this. If I were not streaming and I was just hanging around, I would definitely get this quad damage cross. But I feel like I'd like to at least try to make it out. You know. All right, what else we got? Might be going single-handed here, right? And that's the thing, is I don't have the backpack unlocked, so I don't have extra stuff that I can use. It shouldn't be too bad. I mean, E-whip is good, especially when you get synergy like this and having double turrets and support. Like I'm not too worried about it. Oh yeah, why are there so many achievements about the Queen? I don't know. That's a great question. Like, I feel like when I first saw the Queen in the Sea DLC, because there's what? You have to, I mean, clearly it's just like you beat the Queen flawless, and then there's you have to beat her with the killing deck, you have to kick her off the roof, and then maybe there's like one other one? Beat the Queen with the Queen outfit? It's a lot, you know? A lot of random stuff. And I kind of feel like that DLC does kind of shoehorn in a bunch of like repetitive trophies. We got to do things like 4 or 5 times, you know. The other thing, like obviously, like I said, this is my first stream in a while. I don't have like streamer stuff, so like I have a lamp with no lampshade on in front of my screen that you guys can't see for external light. looks like I'm being interrogated, but it's all I got for now. But might grab like a ring light or something else down the line if this becomes something that I do a little bit more often. But this has been it's been something I've been thinking about. You know, I think I mentioned in some comments before and talked to a couple people about trying to stream at some point, and I feel like I've been putting it off, right? There's definitely some I don't think anxiety is the right word, but just sort of like being exposed and not being able to edit, not being able to edit my gameplay and edit the audio and all that stuff as things are going. But you can't control everything, right? I have a beautiful halo. I love it. Thank you. Yeah, the bank is 50-50. Right, like I was mentioning earlier, but like, yeah, that debt, because what is it? You get cursed. It's like 100 curse or something ridiculous like that. Once you get the max debt, it's like out of control. And that's the other thing, is when you get that, you have to plan for it so that you take it not before a boss, right? You got to be on a higher BC, and you got to take it not before a boss, or else it's going to be a little bit challenging. What I've been doing, I should be a little bit more mindful of my turret. So since I have this plus 80 to poison, I shouldn't throw both turrets down at the same time, because if I do that, the cloud, how long does the cloud last? Like 3 or 4 seconds? 5 seconds? Yeah, so the clouds will dissipate at the same time. But if I were to throw one down and then chill and then throw the other one down, that's going to maximize the amount of time I got poison on the screen. Yeah, yeet, it might be 200. Like I've done, that's another thing. I've done that achievement once, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm good. I think that's also the only time I've actually borrowed money in the bank. I feel like when I go there, I'm either earlier on where I'm using the stuff I have, or it's later on and I already have decent amount of cash that I don't need to borrow for, you know. Oh, no shield. Totally forgot. One thing I do like is if you just happen to be, if all the variables lined up where you're running out of potions and you get a mimic food shop, like that's super sick. Get the double heals for 20k. Yeah, that's real too. Yeah, being able to talk in real time is it's a different experience, you know. And I forget. I don't know. I feel like I remember so many comments, but sometimes I forget people's names. But I was talking to someone. I think they were from, maybe they're from like Barcelona or something. I can't remember where they were from. We were talking about the difference between streaming and putting out videos, and it's sort of like the expectation that if someone's streaming and playing and talking, it's like they're doing the best, doing the best they can, you know. But yo, double meats, it's great. I'm gonna. I know it might seem silly. I'm gonna continue to roll with this one single item because I do have some stuff that I might be able to unlock that I could use. What do we got? Ooh, all right. So I could do. Yeah, let's do ice bow, huh? So unlock the ice bow. Put that in my second slot, and I'm gonna unlock the backpack. It's so funny. Perfect. All right, so let's reforge. I'm gonna bump up the Tesla coil. I want to keep that. I'll probably end up swapping the sinew slicer out at some point, but I feel like even at a low level, Tesla coil still does so much good work that it's worth keeping around for a bit. And then I'm gonna go point blank. Number 2. Do I even have disengagement on this? I don't even have disengagement on this save file. This is so funny. My God. Orion, what's my favorite weapon? Someone else asked that earlier. I actually don't have one, and it sounds like a cop-out, but I like to use so many different things that like there isn't one thing that I always like gravitate towards. I will say that, you know, there's certain things like infantry bow that I really like, and when it comes to legendary stuff, like I will not pass up a legendary pistol or flint, death sight, things like that. But as far as favorite, like I feel like, you know, my preferences kind of shift a lot, and because I like to stay open and play with a bunch of stuff, you know, I don't have like a definitive thing, you know. But what about you? Do you have a favorite weapon? Hey Nathan, thanks for popping in. Yeah, you've never caught a live stream before because this is the first one. This is the first one I've done. But glad you've checked out the videos, and thanks for hopping in. Hope you're well. Oh yeah, what BC is this on? All right, so let me see. Give me a moment here. So I'm on 4 BC, but you can't see it because my face is in the way. Let me see if I can. There we go. Oh, that's good. There, you can see the time. You won't be able to see the map, but you can see the time, and you can see the BC there. Yeah, and the I'm going for the acceptance route since this was a new file. I'm trying to slowly unlock all the stuff that I need. I skipped prison depths from the promenade. I'm just gonna grab all of the moonflower keys. So I'm gonna hit up ramparts. I'm gonna go conjunct, and then graveyard, forgotten sepulcher, and then I'll hit up the giant to get the 5th boss cell, and then High Peak Castle to get the acceptance blueprint. And then if things go well, I might hop into my full save file, do a 5BC run, or maybe I'll just keep this one rolling, do another 5BC run. We'll see. I know. Tiny giant. Yep. I have not seen the Dead Cells animated series. I've heard mixed things about it, and I'm also like, I'm not a big TV or anime kind of guy. So I might end up checking it out. There's a couple other folks that asked about it. They wanted to hear my opinion and share theirs. So I might check it out at some point. But I haven't seen it yet. It hasn't been really on the top of my list of things to check out. Have you seen it? And if you have, what are your thoughts on it? Orion, that's so awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you've been digging the content. Yep. Legendary infantry bow, legendary pistol. That's great. So if you just started Dead Cells, like in your 45 hours in so far, like what are some of the things that you've enjoyed about the game, like kind of discovering on your own, right? Because you can watch videos and we can watch streams and stuff, but it's definitely different when you kind of get the control in your own hands. So like what's something that you've really enjoyed as you've been playing? I think I got a double purple, right? Yeah, so I got double purple. I did use one flask in the promenade as I was kind of getting in the groove, which is fine. So depending on how this goes, if I have enough money for it, I might end up grabbing the flask from the food shop here before I head out. But if things are going well, and things are going well and I don't need the flask, I might wait until I hit the graveyard so I can maybe use the cash to buy some new stuff or upgrade. Yeah, Ian, series drop maybe I don't know, I think it might be on YouTube or something, but the series dropped maybe like a month or a couple months ago or something. I haven't really kept up with Reddit posts and all of that stuff. Just kind of, it's funny, like I only really interact with Dead Cells community through the channel or through a couple other people's channels. So I'm not sure. But yeah, I guess some folks were saying that it was a little bit of a, I mean, it's a little bit of a departure, but again, this is a roguelite about a corpse with no head, right? So how far of a departure can that really be, right? Yeah, okay, so Slavic, there you go. Not super lore accurate. That's kind of what I was trying to say. You said it way better than I did. And the music is faithful to the game. All right, so that's cool. Like I love, clearly I love Dead Cells music, but I also love video game music, and I do enjoy anime style and movie style music. So I'll have to see if I can check that out, see if they have that online or something. Yeah, Ian, worth a shot, right? I mean, that's the thing. It's like give it a shot, watch an episode or two, and if it's not the vibe, then move on, right? Sweet, that was 60. Feels good. All right, come back up. Sorry, I'm just catching up a little bit with chat here. Does anyone enjoy going to Arboretum? Sometimes. Yeah, Nathan, sometimes. I think it kind of depends on the build. If you have something that you can, or let me rephrase that. If I have something where I, like the electric whip, like the one I'm using now, if I have something like that where I can kill the little jerk shrooms quickly, because, sometimes they'll like duck down and they'll almost like have a shield on them. I feel like the Arboretum goes a little bit smoother when you have something like that. But I do like it sometimes. I do love the music. I think the music from the whole Bad Seed DLC is pretty sick. But it is more of like a I almost said it's more like an appendage. I don't think that's the proper word, but it's just it does feel like an addendum, but it's still a pretty sick level. Yeah. Oh, episodes are 8 minutes long. Okay, I didn't realize that. I thought they were like full, 20, 22 minute, whatever the normal episode length is. So, and if they're on YouTube, I'll definitely have to check that out. And I recently, well, not recently, I guess it was maybe like a few months ago, I watched that show on Netflix called Dark. It's like a time travel sci-fi show. And that was in German with German subtitles. And I feel like if I can make it through that with all of the convoluted stuff that happens there, hopefully I'll be all right with the French subs on YouTube. Yeah, Ian, that's a great point. Rebound stone, because that place is so tight and there's nowhere for it to go, right? Like there's no, like here where, if I had a rebound stone, it could bounce up here and then just go up to the right and then that would be it. But in the Arboretum, there's nowhere for it to go. It's all caged in. So I can only imagine that, especially if you get the legendary one where every time it hits you, it splits into another one or another two. Like, oh my God, forget it. Forget it. Yeah, and the music, and it's really interesting. So I was like, I've loved this music, since day one. And it's been interesting because, I've been playing since 1.0. So like before the Rise of the Giant and before all the DLCs. And it's been really interesting to see Johan, the music composer, to see him like grow and change. So like if you want, like, try to like focus on it, like think about it the next time you go through. So there's all like the classic biomes, right? So like the route that I'm taking here, the Sepulcher, Sanctuary, Ramparts, all that stuff. But then there are like the newer biomes. So not only the DLCs, right? So not only, the Arboretum, like we were just talking about, and the Lighthouse and all that stuff, but the bank, and just some other stuff. Like the music progresses in a way where it feels less like dreary acoustic, kind of like crypty, and then it becomes like much more catchy, I think is the right word. I think earlier Orion mentioned they liked Fractured Shrines. Like that music it almost sounds like, I don't know if anybody's familiar with the band the Dropkick Murphys, but it sounds like the Dropkick Murphys. Like there's just like so much energy behind it, where some of the earlier soundtracks like just have like a different vibe. Still amazing, but just like different vibe, Felix, what's up? I don't know if I said hi. I already forget. If I said hi when you popped in. Welcome. Yeah, love Ramparts, guaranteed food shop. Absolutely. And what do I got? 17,000. So I don't have enough in the bank to get a potion, but that's fine. I still got 3, and heading from Conjunct into Graveyard. So if I do need a food shop, I can roll with that. It'll be good. Yeah, and Ian, I'm glad you guys are still watching it. I'll hold true that the last season does get a little long in the tooth, as far as, well, not long in the tooth, that's not the right word. It's chunky, I think is the best word. I feel like it's noticeably more chunky than the rest of the show, but it's still super sick. And it's on my list of things. Probably not this summer, just because I have so much stuff going on. I don't want to like lose myself into another 30 or 40 hour thing after I just did Elden Ring and all that. But I'm definitely going to rewatch it at some point. All right, I think I cleared everything, right? So I got the Moonflower key. And this is like a dumb little thing that I like to do on a new save file. So I don't usually use custom mode, and I don't pick it up. And part of it is because every time you go to the Ramparts, that elite is there. And if you kill it, it will give you 8. It'll give you 8 or 9 or 10 cells or something like that. So it is a very small, insignificant, unimportant optimization, but I do like to do that on a new save file. All right, I'm good. Going into Conjunct. We'll see. Great. Yeah, the bank music's great. The challenge is great. Yeah, it's interesting too, because that's the way that those electric things and like the the spinning spikes and stuff, like it sends you all the way back to the beginning, which is like frustrating, but also kind of cool. All right, so what do we got? Cross, E-whip. I think I'm gonna grab the cross. No, I'm not. I don't know. I'll leave it up to chat. Should I take the cross? It's a pretty good cross. I'm gonna get. So I get the extra 15 on it. I'll get 40 from the Tesla, and if I'm using the ice bow, I'm gonna get 30 slowed down. So we're looking at 85% extra damage. So. Slavic, never use custom mode. Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's cool when you're trying to like if you're really trying to hone in a build or do a showcase. But personally, I prefer to do normal. Just kind of like see what the game throws at you. Yeah. Felix says cross. Aiden says yes. Orion hates cross. All right, so I'm gonna how much? All right, so here's what I'm gonna. Oh, I already have the backpack. All right, so I'm gonna throw this in the backpack. We'll do that up. Now that the game's telling me how to use the backpack. And I don't think I have any shields I can unlock. I love using shields in the conjunct fight. I just feel like it gives me a little bit more movement, a little bit more control over the tentacles, especially when you have turrets and stuff, but we'll just let it roll. And I still got the sinew slicer. All right, let me take a look at the other. Oh, here we go. So I got rebound stone. I'm gonna do this for you. We'll see how this bounces around in the conjunct arena. Might work, might not. We'll see. Ooh, and it's got plus 80 to poison, freezes nearby enemies, which will synergize with the slowdown. Dig it. Hey, Brandon, what's up? Thanks for coming in. I'm glad. Sweet. I'm glad you've enjoyed the content. Glad you've been learning. That's awesome. What do I want? What do I want? Oh, I'll take Frostbite, right? Yeah, why not? I'll take Frostbite since my mutation selection is pretty scant right now. Yep. Hail the stone, baby. Yep. Smart move. And that's another thing too. Yeah, using custom mode or assist mode to get those cells for the forge. That's the way to do it. Oh, this is. Come on, let's go. Here we go. Let's go. Oh my God, it just went right through. Didn't even hit. Come on, come on, man. All right, let me. All right, so I already got tagged, so we're gonna miss. Unfortunately, we already missed the flawless. Yeah, the other thing too is when you're coming against conjunct, I feel like sometimes the tentacles will go after the traps in like a weird way, so you'll expect them to kind of bounce out of the floor in a certain area, but then they don't. All right, awesome. Should be phased right there. There we go. All right. So focus for a second. I say I want to focus, and the first thing that happens is when I stop reading chat, is like get hit by a tentacle. All right, rush. All right, and then hopefully I can get in there. There we go. Right. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say hopefully we can finish this fight before she does her tentacle phase, which she did not. Not the tentacle phase. The what do they call it? The Tohu phase, where things just start flying everywhere. Yep, Sig, Felix and Aiden are right. It's the Boyer or Buer, however you pronounce it. I'm gonna let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna shift here. The Buer in the Castlevania DLC. It's in the castle. Yep. Hey, Dane, what's going on? How are you, man? Thanks for coming through. All right. So I'm just gonna do switch a little bit. So I took I decided to take the throwing knives over the ice bow for Graveyard, and I upgraded my Tesla coil. So even though it doesn't have the toxic cloud on it, I'm gonna give it a roll or two, see if I can get it. Yeah, that's it. The the lion pinwheel looking ass. That's it. So I don't know if anybody's seen this before, but this is the legendary forge. Sorry, Yeet, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get into it. All right, I think I wanna, let's see, what do we got? So I got 114 cells. I don't think there's anything here that I want in particular. Actually, I'm gonna take Crusher. Since I'm gonna keep Frostbite, so I'm gonna throw Crusher down. Take that over the Tesla coil I just told you folks I was gonna use, and then I'm gonna see if I can roll Toxic Cloud on Crusher. There it is. We're good. Oh, and Bleed Propagation. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. Absolutely love it. And then I think I might switch back to... Sorry, I was trying to empty the backpack. I think I'm going to switch back to E-Whip for the Graveyard. So many little things that you can share dot with. Yeah. Yeah, the Tesla coil blueprint is in the distillery. It's a 10% drop from an enemy called they're called living barrels. They're the invisible barrels that pop out and destroy you really quickly. But it's a decently common drop, and you can also take the hunter's grenade in there. Grab it that way. All right. We're good. So the one thing that I really need to make sure I don't forget is the key, the Moonflower key, because that was part of the reason, or is the reason why I'm taking this route instead of doing the usual stuff. Listen, it's like, it's one of those things where I feel like if anybody takes anything away from my videos, someone's gonna be like, this guy always talks about this stupid forge, but it's one of the most important things, because I've seen in like, and I don't mean this in like a real way, but like sometimes I'll poke around. Oh, that's really good too. Sometimes I'll like poke around streams and I'll see someone on 5BC and they're using like plus quality gear, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, you are making this so much harder on yourself. Doesn't need to be that hard. But I also appreciate how this has become a joke where more than one person has said this to me. I love it. So I swapped out the rebound stone, and I don't know, you folks have probably seen me do this on a couple of like the longer videos that I put up, but I do like to, unless I really have something that I like we were saying, the Tesla coil, that even though it was a 4, it was still doing decent work. Unless I have something I really like, I do enjoy kind of seeing what the game gives me and trying out different things and upgrading as I go. So even though I just got the rebound stone before that conjunct fight, I decided to swap it out with this wolf trap because it does double poison. I don't know if, well, I would assume that the toxic cloud in the start affix of poisoning will do multiple stacks, right? And so it's not just one stack of poison. I'm assuming it's going to be 2, which is good because the more stacks you have and that enemy dies, the more it spreads. So. Oh jeez, that thing popped out of nowhere. Oh, I got so lucky there. Oh my goodness. I got so lucky with that. That was a little split second where I thought I was gonna get tagged by that cannibal. Finish the 2 forges on 1 BC. Hell yeah, Ryan. That's setting you up for success. You know, as you start to get further and further in the game. And it's funny too, like I was mentioning, I haven't played a ton of Dead Cells. I think the last run I played, I don't know, it was a few nights ago, and I was in the graveyard, and I ended up getting a natural shovel drop, and I got bodied. I literally, like, I took the footage of it, and it's like I get the 60 kills, and then I walk into an area where a masker is, and then I end up getting bounced between two of those catchers, and I died within, like, I don't know, literally a second and a half. I didn't even have time to make my way out of it. It was crazy. And I did see that challenge rift up there. I just want to kind of want to clear this stuff out real quick. So that way when I come out of it, I don't have to worry about any of this stuff. Oh, Jesus. Good? Good? Alright, we're good. And challenge rift. Can I turn the game music down a bit? I sure can. Absolutely. There we go. And the other thing I'm going to do real quick is let me just change the gain on my mic. Yeah, sometimes this is a great mic, but depending on how close I am to it, I feel like the cone of how good it sounds, as soon as you get to the side, it might sound a little bit quieter. So I'm going to move that a little bit too. So, yeah, right, Nathan? It's like, well, I think with Vord, I give Vord a pass with anything, just because they're Vord. But like most otherwise, it's like, oh my goodness, you gotta get that plus. You gotta get that S, you know. Yeah. Oh, so Felix, the other thing you can do is you can hit up what do you call it? You can hit up boss mode or boss rush. Go through that with or without assist mode, get a bunch of cells, and then you can pump them into the forge that way. And as much as I do talk about it and joke about it, it's like I feel like one of the things that I do wish Dead Cells did a little bit differently was the way that the forge mechanics work. I kind of feel like it would be great if it was, and of course it would be a completely different game if this is what it was, but like either like you keep your cells, sort of like how Hades, you keep all your meta currencies when you die, and then like in the prisoner's quarters there's a way to do it, or have the forge accessible after, not just after bosses. And like, yeah, it's I get it, you know, it does make sense to kind of put it there, so it's a little bit more of a challenge, but it can be tough when you're trying to just upgrade stuff and then you lose what, 450 cells right before you go into concierge or conjunct, you know. Yeah. Oh, you don't have time. Yeah, boss rush is brutal. Yeah, so Dane, you can highlight. Let me go through, let me just show my accessibility settings real quick. So I highlight pretty much everything. I used to turn it off just because I was so used to the way that the game looked without having all the outlines, but since I've been using it, I find it difficult to not do. And you'll see it too, like, so if actually, let me just go real quick. Like, you can see the bomb and the arrows and the knives have like a pink tint around it. I just feel like it really makes things pop. So so I do a black outline on the hero, white outline on the enemies, and then black outline on the NPCs. And then this is just my own preference. I do the green skill, pink projectile, and then here's one you asked about, the red secrets. I feel like it's just one of those things where it's like it's personal preference, but like you said, if you're zipping around, like, it just makes things easier, and it's in the game, right? It's not a mod, it's not a hack, so you might as well take advantage of it, you know. All right, what are we doing here? Oh yeah, back to the game. Where am I? All right, so I'm in. I gotta remember too. So I gotta remember to get the Moonflower key. I need to remember to get that challenge rift, and I need to remember to decide if I want to take this rampart. I'm gonna leave it on the map for now. Yeah. Yep, Ian, it's just a different, it's like a different game, you know. And it was interesting too, because I remember when people first started using it, I think the accessibility update was a couple years ago, right? 2.8, 2.7, whatever it was. It just looks strange to me, but now when I see people playing without the outlines, I'm like, oh my god, their games, something's wrong with the game. Something's wrong with the game. All right, I don't think I'm gonna get the 60 here. I'm definitely not, because that's Cavern over to the right. Looks like we're gonna have a couple areas here, so the curse might. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna end up hitting 60 here, which is fine. And we're gonna go Sepulcher, and unfortunately, I'm also not gonna get the time door, which I think is 26:30. Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm gonna keep what I got. Yep, that's Dane. That's so true. It's just like you get in it, and then you're like, wait a second. I've been so zoned in, doing all this stuff and getting super hooked that I didn't even realize there's all these other options. Oh god. Ooh, architect. So I also haven't gotten merchandise category. So this is obviously a very early save file. It's one of the things that I do sometimes too is if I when I start a new save file is I don't always pick every single blueprint up, just so that way my collector menu is not super full. So there's certain things I just don't get, but I'm getting them now. Might as well. Got a Hakuto's bow drop earlier in this level, which was unexpected but very exciting. Yeah, so Slavic looks weird with the outline personally. I feel that. Yeah, I can understand that. That's how I felt. That is how I felt initially. But I think visually I just got used to it. All right. So the other thing too is I need to keep an eye out for any more elites. So since I have that challenge rift, I don't have a jump on my necklace. So I do want to make sure that, if possible, I grab that on the way in. All right, I'm just gonna poke. I'm just gonna poke my head down this hallway, just to see how these enemies are looking. Yes, we get a masker. Because I would like to take the curse before I leave here. But let's see. Yeah. All right. All right, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna go back and grab that curse. Famous last words. Let's see. I might change the build up again too. So I might throw Hakuto, unlock Hakuto's and throw that in the backpack. And then do a little extra DOT. Love pure nil, but we're sticking with the ranged stuff tonight. For this run, at least. What outfits do I like to do normally? I already... You see that? I went down one hallway and I already forgot that I was cursed. That's so funny. What outfits do I like to use normally? So I'm using... I like the flawless servant outfit a lot. Part of that is because I feel like that is one of the hardest things to do, just because you have to flawless the entire lighthouse and it takes like 4 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever it might be. So when I like wearing it because it's like a sign of, like, I just feel proud. But other outfits I actually really like is I enjoy a lot of the original outfits. So the ones that are just like the regular prisoner's garb but a bunch of different colors. I really like those, especially the ones that they've added. The ones that are in the bad seed, like the Mushroom King and the Mushroom Boy outfit, and the, what are those things called? The Blowgunner outfit. Like, those colors are awesome. I love them. But a lot of the other outfits are cool too. Especially, you know, I like Scarecrow outfit. I've been using Flawless Death outfit and the Cold Death outfit a little bit recently. But yeah, there's a lot of cool options for sure. What was I supposed to do? I was supposed to do the challenge rift, which I think is in this key door. I'm pretty sure. Yep. I think it was in here. We'll see. Yeah, servant outfits are neat. It's funny because their heads are so small, but the colors are sick. There's one, it's at the I think it's called the silver servant. It's like gray and purple. Like, that outfit is so sick. It's so good. And we got an extra jump. All right, perfect. Extra jump and a little bit of extra HP for the challenge rift, which will be good. So. Oh. And I don't know if anybody else does this, but I find myself being very reckless going through challenge rifts because I feel like I just want to get out of them as soon as possible. So I will do wall runs and all these dumb jumps into spikes that I probably shouldn't, just because I want to speed things up. But I don't know if anybody else, I don't know if that's just a me thing or if anybody else has that experience, but I do end up taking a lot of dumb damage in those things. Yep. Yeah, so there you go. Flawless concierge. It's just like your symbol of honor. First flawless. And that's cool. I forget. Again, I was mentioning, I was talking to somebody through the comments the other day, but they mentioned the flawless concierge outfit being money, or however they phrased it. It's probably one of the best looking gold outfits in the game. But parting gift. So this is like a half accidental blueprint tutorial too, where I'm just just going through and getting all the blueprints that I haven't gotten yet. All right, I am gonna recycle the shield. I don't want to take it. I prefer to stay with the ranged, all the ranged stuff I got going on. And I'm gonna put acrobatic. I'm gonna put kudos in the backpack if I have enough cells for it, which I definitely do. All right, where's the spulker? Let me do big food, right? I'm going to do big food, and then I'll hit the road. Oh, I can do... Yeah. Why not? Go for broke. Yeah, Nathan. Some of the outfits are just like... I feel like what's another one? The Explorer's outfit, so the Curse of the Dead Gods outfit feels small, and the other one is the Guacamole outfit, the Luchador outfit. Little tiny head that way too. Yep. Slavic, you take it slow. Yeet, yep. Running through, taking extra damage all the time. All right, so let's see. So I'm gonna do Kudos Bow. I'm going to do acro. And I think... I'm going to get rid of the cross. Yep. All right. Now I'm going to take Frostbite off. Oh, I can upgrade all this stuff too? Yeah, I'm running out of cash though. I don't want to do that. All right, so we're going to do Acrobatic Pack. We will do Point Blank, and we will do Support, and we will hopefully make it through the Sepulchre without dying of that curse. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, so Bags, you and Ian were around years ago when I had my my 1.9 meltdown. But remember how angry I was about the snowman outfit and the Santa outfit when that came out? It's so stupid to like think back to it, but when those outfits came out, they were so different. I was just like, what is even going on with this game anymore? I was so pissed. Oh my god, I was so pissed. Cross is bad. Cross is, I'd say it's situational. You get extra ammo on it. It's super sick. All right, I'm gonna switch this up. So the reason why I decided to switch it up, so I got the extra damage over time from Kudos Bow, so that's going to do a little bit extra damage with the fire and the knives, so I figured it'd be a good little pair. Yeah, I was not pleased is like the kindest way to say it. Oh my god, I was in a spot back then, man. I was in a spot. Because it was also, because I'm trying to think, that was like 2020, so it was also like in the middle of the pandemic, so I was having like an existential crisis where like nothing was the same, and then there were all these new Dead Cells outfits, and I was like, what is going on in my life right now? Like I can't handle it. It's just too much. But now I like most of the outfits. I'll take the snowman for a roll. I'll take Santa sometimes because he jingles and he's got like a different crit sound, which is kind of funny. But. All right. So this run is going fine, right? I feel like it's smooth. A little bit of that's what I'm looking for. A little bit of adjustment in the promenade. Took a couple ugly hits, and Prisoner's Quarters wasn't great, but I feel like since then it's been rolling. It's been rolling all right. And this build should be very good against the giant. If I happen to get offered a Tesla in the shop or in a chest or whatever, I'll probably take it because it trivializes that fight. But otherwise, I think this is going to be a decent giant fight. I missed a zillion years ago when Hokuto and Alchemic was preposterous. Yep. Me too. Yeah, before the nerfs and all that stuff. I mean, it's still great. I mean, it still does good work, but back in, I forget when exactly they nerfed and started changing things, but the original 1819, all that Hokutos and Alchemic Carbine stuff was out of control. Absolutely out of control. Yeah, playing Snowman outfit led to an existential crisis. Playing Dead Cells too long, existential crisis. Waking up in the morning, existential crisis. Oh, sweet. All right, so we got our Tesla coil here. So poison, 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 bleed, bleed. Poison, poison. All right. You all can see how fickle I can be, where I just 2 minutes ago I was like, well, here's why I'm going to take this fire grenade. And I'm like, I'm going to take the Tesla coil. We got another challenge rift. Oh, I forgot to do this the first time. Sorry, guys. Here we go. I'm going to wait until later to grab that, just in case I do make the 60. I would hate to take it now and lose a small amount of kills. All right, so this might be... I might grab this E-Whip. We'll see. I'm gonna let it roll for a bit. I might grab that though, because that way I can get extra. This will be from a 7S to a 10S, and I'll have extra bleeding damage. So I lose a little bit from the synergy, but I gain it with the additional gear level. So I might come back for that. Is that it for here? Yeah. Yeah. Ian, when you guys started 5BC, I was actually looking at this. I don't know. I was doing some email clean out like a month ago or something, and I found that original email that I sent you in bags that had like a rundown of every single item that I liked, and it was like 4,000 words. It was like that email was like the pilot for the YouTube channel that I didn't even know was going to be a thing, you know. Nathan, are there any Dead Cells mods out there? So yes, there are on PC. I'm on PS5, so I don't use mods, but some of the ones, there's a couple of cell mods where you basically get thousands of cells, so it increases the drop weight by like whatever the crazy percent is. And then there's another one, I think it's called the Blood something Malaise mod. I forget what it is, but it's basically like a hyper 5BC difficulty mod that somebody put out. Bloodshot Malaise, I think is what it's called. But I'm not too familiar with any of the other mods since I'm not playing on Steam. Oh, there it is! Damn it! I knew it! Auto run! I knew it! I knew I was gonna take damage. I just felt it. All right, I gotta hit this. I gotta take a second after I get rid of these guys here. Whew. Oh yeah, we used to run heavy crossbow too. So for some of you folks might have been around for that, but the earlier from 1.8 and earlier, heavy crossbow was a single slot item, so you could take it with a shield. So it was heavy crossbow, rampart, right, and then necromancy and dead inside. So you could get like 1,000 extra hits. It was amazing. Amazing. All right, let me just catch up here for a sec. David, how do I decide when to forego a shield? It's a great question. So generally with tactics builds, I don't use shields a lot. Sometimes I'll grab a parry shield or a knockback shield if it fits in the build. So like if I'm running like a marksman bow, which will crit on enemies that are far away, I'll use a knockback shield to get the enemies across the screen and then get the crits. And sometimes I'll throw it in the backpack and use armadillo pack just to have like a little bit of extra utility. But when I'm running tactics, I generally will like to put 2 main items in there, like how I'm doing now, so that way I can maximize my damage. I feel like tactics has the highest damage output the quickest, and for me, unless it's a specific situation, like what I just mentioned, or sometimes like going into the giant, I'll take a shield, or going into conjunct. But a lot of times with tactics, I like to just do 2 mains. With survival, I like to take shields a lot because between blind faith, which will do cooldown reduction on parry, what doesn't kill me for healing, and just like the general utility of kind of having like a slower sword and board, I'll do that. But then other than that, it's just kind of case specific, right? If I'm running a melee build, regardless of what color, whether it's brutality or survival, I like to take frontline shield so I can get that extra 50% damage for 6 seconds. So it's kind of like long answer. That's the long answer, but the short answer is I think it's kind of situational, where I don't always take a shield and I don't always not take a shield, but depending on what's going on, I kind of roll with it. Yeah, yeet bloodshot. Yep, bloodshot malaise. Yep. Did a run. So Duvalyurg said, I just did a run using carbine and then lightning in the backpack with acrobat pack. Oh yeah, and that was nuts. Lightning bolt in the backpack. Lightning bolt on its own is like decent. It's okay, but in the backpack it shreds. And when you pair it with carbine, and if you can get joint poison and electric synergy on that, like forget it. Forget it. Slavic, never go without a shield. Respect it. Respect it. Do you have are there any particular shields that you like more than others since you use them so much? Let's see. Prerogatist. How long were I streaming? So I streamed under a different name. I was on Twitch. I streamed for, I don't know, maybe like a year or something. 6 months, 9 months, a year or something. And I was doing it mostly during COVID to like connect with people and just kind of do something different. And then I stopped streaming because I just lost an interest in it. But now it's a little bit different, Nathan, still on 4BC, halfway through the last Forge bar. Let's go. Getting beat down regularly. Listen, you'll get there, dude. You'll get there. For me, I found that using enemy teleportation to my advantage was super helpful, getting used to and getting through like 4 and 5 BC. So that way you can kind of like get them to come to you, and then give them the beat down. But if you keep at it, man, I'm sure you'll push through, And the good news is that all you need to do is beat the giant on 4 BC. You don't have to completely do the whole thing. So if you beat the giant on 4 BC, you'll make it to 5 BC. 5 BC is just frown. Can be, yeah. Yep, Signatius, just got to put your reps in. You'll get better. 5 BC won't feel so bad. So Sig was... How long was it, dude? Like 2 years? 2 years or 3 years? I was like, we got to get you through 5 BC. And then on a whim, Sig just goes out and absolutely destroys it. 2 or 3 weeks nonstop, maxing out the Forge, playing on PC, playing on different consoles, 2 different save files. It's crushing it. Crushing it. And that's what I love to hear. I don't know. Of course, like, yeah, it's great I like making videos and doing stuff, but I really just enjoy hearing people's success stories, because like I feel like we've all been there, or we're all going there, right? So I feel like there's like a very interesting camaraderie about folks who are making their way through something or who have already made their way through. You know, it's like a it's like a support group, right? All right, I'm gonna keep that there. Did I get a challenge rift? I think I did, right? Yeah, I did. I'm gonna keep that there, so that way I can get the extra jump for the challenge rift. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. All right. We're good. Legendary Greed Shield is amazing. Yep. So good. Now that's the run. If I get a Legendary Greed Shield, especially if you get it earlier, just like don't buy anything. Right? Use all the free stuff that you get from the chests. Like use all the stuff from the 60 doors and cursed chests or whatever, and then pump up that Greed Shield. Because it's ridiculous. What is it? Is it 300% of your gold? Or I can't remember what the percentage is, but it just gets so insane. The only unfortunate thing is that it does hit boss caps sometimes. So against bosses, you might not be getting as much damage out of it as you could, but it's still pretty wild. Love it. All right, so just got the 60, and I think this is my 3rd or 4th legendary of the run, right? Because I got a Rampart shield in the graveyard. We had a crowbar earlier on the map here, and then this is it a Nutcracker? Yeah, I'm not taking Nutcracker on a tactics build. Just ain't happening. The Salt Shield, Isabel. Yep, Salt Shield, so good, so good. Yeah, Sig, Dead Cells finally clicked for you. That's it. You know, it's just sometimes, you know, same thing. I mean, you and Maddie were trying to get me to play Elden Ring for, I don't know, what, a year and a half or 2 years? And then it finally clicked, you know? It was really funny. So, Sig was playing Elden Ring when I was, you know, I've been playing Dead Cells like forever, but, you know, when Elden Ring first came out, Sig was playing that, and I was playing Dead Cells, and he was like, you should play Elden Ring, and I was like, you should beat 5BC. And then there was a synchronous time recently where I was playing Elden Ring, and he was beating 5BC. And I forget what I said. I was like, the body swap is complete, or whatever. Whatever I ended up saying. But. Yeah. Let's see. Nathan, can you dodge to the elite room that has the electric bar that goes from the floor to the ceiling? Yeah, you can. So when it starts, it's kind of like on the ground, like down here, and it doesn't immediately go up. So you want to wait to like dodge through it until it's maybe like halfway making its way up. And what you do is if you jump over it and then roll as you're going through it, you'll go through the bar. The iframes will keep you from hitting the laser, and by the time you roll out of it, it'll be too high over your character, so you won't get hit for it. Greed Shield can solo certain bosses. I feel like this is bringing back YouTube. I feel like there was a YouTube comment on your video or on Modesto's video or something about that, man. I think I got into it with someone about damage caps and percentages and all that stuff. Ocelot 8, hey, thanks for coming in. Yeah, I glad you've enjoyed the content. Glad you're here. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far. All right, so GG Mayan, I just get hit when I try to parry. How did you learn how to parry? So I used to get hit a lot trying to parry too. What I would recommend is if you're trying to learn specific enemy types, you can go into the, what do they call it? The training room, where you can choose certain enemies and you can learn on them, and you can also turn the enemy damage down in assist mode, so that way you can just kind of get in the groove, right? Take something that's like a neutral kind of a shield, like a frontline shield, or even the old wooden shield from the beginning, just so you can kind of get in the rhythm. And then it's sort of just like becomes muscle memory. And the other thing you can do too is, let me grab this scroll and I'll show you. If you go into, I think it's under accessibility mode. I gotta find the option, but there is an option in here where you can change the size of, I can't remember exactly where it is. Under gameplay? Yeah, here we go. And the other thing you can do too is that right before an enemy will attack you, you'll see that exclamation point that pops up over its head. You can make it bigger, so that way when an enemy, and I'll keep it on here. I'll go through a little bit so you can see it, and I'll try to get one of these enemies to attack. There you go. See how big that is? Oh god. I'm gonna get trashed. But like, yeah, you can make it so it's bigger, so that way there's more of a visual indication on when that attack's gonna come through. So, is it gameplay? Yeah, but it's just sort of like any kind of game, right? Whether it's, I know we've been talking about Elden Ring, whether it's like Dark Souls or Shovel Knight bosses or whatever. It just kind of becomes muscle memory. And what's tough about Dead Cells in that respect is that there's a lot of different enemies, a lot of different timing. So it's not like you're just fighting one enemy and then you get the timing down for the parries. Like there's a bunch of them that you gotta kind of learn and get comfortable with. So it can take a little bit of time. And the other thing too is if you want to do it kind of like out in the wild, if you want to call it that, you can just grab the Rampart. Rampart's a great shield for parrying, since it gives you I think it's 2 or 2.5 seconds of invisibility. All right. Let's see. Coral, I have a goal of getting the King's outfit. Wanted it since last year, but that was on mobile. Unfortunately, can't get the save file. Yeah, that's a shame. Like having a restart sometimes is tough, but you can get there, man. You can do it. Poop says real women have hairy chests. Awesome. Orion says, where do you get the shield pack peak? I'm not sure what you mean by that. And then Perogatus, how old am I? I'm old. Let's say I'm old enough, and I'm going to be, my birthday's in a couple weeks. I'm going to be 1 year older, which is absolutely wild. Time is flying. So let's see. I'm gonna take my time a little bit. I actually might. I'm just gonna heal here, just because I don't. Since I've already made it this far, I've gotten all the Moonflower keys, and I'm close to getting out of here alive. I don't wanna risk it, and I'm pretty sure I already got the. Damn it! Damn it! I'm pretty sure I already got the food for the level 2. So it's a good thing I healed, or else I would have been down to like 12% right there. Could have been gnarly. Alright. Good. Alright, so I'm going to grab that necklace that I had. Double purple. I'm going to hit the shop. I think I might end up getting that other electric whip for an upgrade. We haven't seen a mimic. We haven't seen a mimic lore room, and we haven't seen a mimic yet. So I'm wondering if this has a chance to be a mimic shop too, but we'll take a peek. We'll take a little gander. See what we got. I think this was the weapon shop, right? Yeah. All right, let's see. Nope. Not a mimic, but you can't hurt to be prepared. All right. Oh no, my DualShock died. Uno momento. We're good. I had to plug it in. I thought I charged earlier. Oh, shield pack peak. Yeah. So armadillo pack. Yep. Felix has got it. Drops from the spiky guys. Yep. Nathan, any way to get notified when I stream again on YouTube? That's a great question. This is gonna sound funny, but since I've never streamed on YouTube, I'm not sure about the notification settings. Maybe if you go directly to my channel, where if you're subscribed, there's an option where you can get like the bell, get the notification, and there might be one for new videos or for streaming or whatever it is. So yeah. So Poop, do I me too, man. Do I dual bind my abilities to use them at the same time? Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I have, so I have hold to attack on here. And I have the throwing knives in the first slot, so that way if I hold both of them down, it'll come out quicker. Let me see if I do it opposite. Yeah, so you can see the difference there, right? So if you have a slower weapon in the main slot, in the faster one, it's not even using the throwing knives, right? When I switch them up, I get a little extra boost. All right, so where am I going? Where am I going? The giant? Yep. All right, I feel like I'm missing something. I think the only reason I feel like I'm missing something is because I know people are watching. But am I single? I'm happy. How do I say this? I'm happy to talk about Dead Cell stuff, but I don't want to talk too much about personal things. All right, and I think that was a triple. Yeah, so I get a triple tactics necklace. We're good. I'm gonna bump. What am I gonna do? I bump this. Might as well bump everything. I'm not gonna bump the wolf trap. I feel like I'm gonna end up ditching that at some point. Poison, shot sleeve, trail of flames. Got bleeding, poison. All right, I think we're good. Just gonna keep what I have. Yeah. How does hold for attack help? So, and you know it is a little visually, it's a little like a lot's going on visually. So if you see Nathan, so when I regular attack, right? So I'm using my main slot. So I'm just using my throwing knives here. And if you hold to attack, it will come out faster than normal, right? If you were to just keep that off and press the button. And then with the electric whip, you'll see when I hold to attack, it moves faster that way. So that's just the general benefit. But the other thing is that if you hold both of the buttons down at the same time, you'll see that the knives are going all the way across the screen and the electric whip is kind of getting zipped around as we're doing it. So that's how it helps. At least for this particular use, you know. All right. Here we go. This should be hopefully pretty quick. Yeah, I don't think should be flawless. Yeah, I think we're close to flawless. There we go. I was like, don't get cocky. There we go. Easy done. Yeah, make the change. And the other thing too is, so there are certain items where hold to attack can like feel a little bit odd, right? There might be certain slower kind of like melee type items that'll slow things down. But yeah, turn it on, give it a shot. And yep, very much min-maxing for sure, you know. It also helps my thumb too, right? So in just holding a button down instead of repeatedly pressing it over and over again, like it helps my hand a little bit too. Oh wow, there's a lot going on the screen here. All right, so I got the 5th boss cell. Yeah, let's switch it up. Get an extra scroll. Get all the fragments, get the outfits I didn't pick up when I got here before. And then we're gonna head to the castle. That was pretty clean. Thank you. Yeah. I haven't tried Risk of Rain 2, so I've had a couple folks recommend that to me. And I've seen some gameplay footage on it, but I haven't tried it yet. And oh baby. Let's go. I could do double Tesla coil, right? But I feel like that's too much of a gimme. I've seen some footage. It looks really interesting, but I don't have the space in my brain for another roguelite right now. I have some other plans for the summer for videos and stuff, so I gotta make sure I have time for that. I've been playing Hades, and I've been gonna dip back into Gungeon, so those are like my games. But I have heard that Risk of Rain 2 was good, and if I do have some time, a little bit more time at some point, I might dig into it. So. I'm just gonna dump all this into an outfit. Let's see. I think I'm gonna just do the flawless giant one. That was get that in memory of that on stream beautiful, very fast kill. Right. Cool. Now I know. Yeah, so Poop just mentioned Risk of Rain 2. I was just talking a little bit Hades and Gungeon. Are there any other roguelite games that you folks enjoy? Like, I know there's some big ones, right? You got Slay the Spire, Isaac, stuff like that. But are there other games that you vibe with that you like Dead Cells? Yeah. Oh, come on, baby, please load. Please don't crash. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, Slavic. Like I said, I haven't played it, but I was pretty sure it was a roguelite. Yeah, Kyle. I'm in High Peak Castle because I'm just I have if you look in the bottom right corner of the screen, I have the Moonflower keys. So I'm just getting the acceptance blueprint, which is why I came here. If I were just going to get the 5th boss cell like I did, I would have just kept on rolling. Speak of the devil, here it is. I would have just rolled right to Hand of the King, but I wanted to come here so I could get this and fill it out, because this is a relatively young save file compared to the other ones that I've been using. Wow. Yeah, Returnal. I'm just going to say, if Sig and Ian just mentioned Returnal. Returnal is one of the... it's probably one of the best games I've played in the past several years. It is a little... I don't know. I'd call it maybe like a rogue heavy instead of a roguelite, because it gets super brutal, but it's such a good game. Orion's got 600 hours, and Isaac, nice. Slavic, oh, just beat the true final boss and Slay the Spire. Oh, that's sick. Congratulations. Yeah, deck builders are tough. So, like, Nathan, it's interesting because I used to, like, going back, I used to play Magic the Gathering, like, in person with cards. And then there were, years ago they put out, like, iPad apps and, all the stuff that they have now. And I found that, like, the randomness, the quote-unquote randomness with deck builders and stuff like that, like, I feel like the AI just doesn't, I feel like there are certain rules that make it more difficult to win in certain aspects. If that word salad made any sense to you, what I'm trying to say is I feel you. Like, deck builders are little tough. Yeah, I've heard Balatro was good. It looks very Las Vegas-y. Like it's some kind of like poker sort of thing. It looks cool. I know some of the folks that I have I'm in a Discord with, big into Balatro. It's a Hades Discord, but they've also been playing a ton of that. And I think it was, I don't know if Limited Run's putting it out or something, but they're actually putting out a physical version of Balatro sometime soon too, which is pretty sick. Yeah, so I haven't played Inscription. What I've heard about it is that it's wild and that there's no other games like that, and to not look anything up online if I decide to play it. So I haven't. I haven't. And I've actually completely forgotten about that game. I feel like there was a lot of buzz when it first came out, and then a lot of folks haven't really talked about it, but that's a good idea. Yeah. Noita? I heard Noita, is it, how do you pronounce it? Noita or Noita? I heard that was so hard. I heard that was such a tough game. Remnant from the Ashes. So I think I played, oh boy. I played some of that. Was it Remnant 2? Sig and I played a little bit of that when that came out. Because it's sort of like a rogue, like randomly generated stuff where the story changes and every game's different, but it's not like a total true roguelite, right? Cult of the Lamb. Yeah, I played a little bit of that too. I don't love Sims. I thought the combat was cool. I enjoyed like the actual like exploration part of it, but I didn't love the cult management or whatever you want to call it. But I know some other folks have really enjoyed that game too. All right. Oh boy. All right. So we got Starred Elite. So I would love it if this was Nah, it's not as good as what I have. I was gonna say I'd love it if this would be our 4th or 5th, whatever it is, 4th or 5th legendary to run. That'd be sick. But so the good news is that I already got the 5th boss cell. I was going to say it doesn't matter if I die, but it totally does because I have that acceptance blueprint. So never mind. I was going to say if I blow the run, it's not that big of a deal, but I definitely... here we go, Mimic. I definitely do not want to do this again. Yeah, Ian, I think Sig was into Lamb. That's where I played it. Him and I played a little bit. But I think... Sig, did you finish Cult of the Lamb? Did you get through that? I can't remember. Nice easy pop. Yeah, as Bag says, these knights have no honor. These are the honorless knights. They don't care. They're gonna knock you down. They're gonna hit you through walls. They're gonna pull you in. Pretty awful. All right, so I'm gonna check out the shop now, right? Explorer's Kick, so I can see what's over in the... All right, so we got a kudos bow that might be better. We'll see. But let's take a look. So if this is the Mimic shop, it's going to pull a level 13. Let's see what we got. It's nothing I want, really. Oh my god. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to... I'm going to get through the level. I'm going to get the keys. I'm going to open the door. I'm going to get all the scrolls. And then I'm going to take that quad damage. I'm going to take that quad damage infantry bow into Hand of the King. It's hard to say no. But again, since I have the acceptance mutation, I don't want to take any risks if I don't need to. Yeah, an entire kingdom filled with scumbags. Yep, that's the knights. That's who you get to defend the castle, right? Nathan, maybe I'm just too much on the periphery, but Dead Cells is so badass. I don't know if another game will be able to compete. Yeah, this is definitely a very special game as far as a lot of stuff goes, right? As far as just general flow, the way things are unlocked, like readability, like there's a lot of really interesting and strong things that this game has that other games don't, even just presentation wise, you know. All right, so I'm coming in the first yeah, this is the first elite room. So, and this is one of the things I love. So as the game progresses, it's like I feel like once you start getting towards 30 or whatever scrolls, like enemies just disappear. They evaporate. When Psyche left, a phoenix rose from the ashes. Thanks. I actually had a conversation with somebody, I think it was just yesterday. It was either yesterday or the day before. And they mentioned, they were like, oh, like, you know, your content came out like right after or right around when Psyche pieced out. Like, did you guys have a passing of the torch? And we didn't. Like, I never met Psyche. We haven't communicated. It's just the way that the timing worked out. It just so happened that he bounced when I started making content. But he was huge, super influential for a while with all the tier lists and just all the tutorials and stuff that he did. Like, he was legit. It's a bummer. Bummer he's not making Dead Cells content anymore, you know. Ooh. All right, heal. I don't have time to try to play through it. Let's see. I've never had a mimic outside of the bank on mobile. Yeah, so I think it is patch 3.4, I want to say. I'm pretty sure it was clean cut is when they put mimics in other levels. And I think mobile's still on 3.2 or 3.3 or something. So that's probably what it is. Have I heard about... So David says, have I heard about the strategy to even scrolls out a bit more? It reduces the hit damage of enemies. Any thoughts? So yes, it technically does, because if you go off color, it will give you more hit points, so that way you can take more enemy damage. But the downside of that is because of the way that scrolls stack, as far as the damage output that you get, you do a lot less damage, especially it's like the higher scrolls that the higher scroll count that you should be at, the more noticeable the damage decrease is, because it's a 15% multiplicative damage, so it keeps getting bigger and bigger. So if I were, for example, if I were to be at 26 instead of 30, it's only 4 scrolls, but it would be really noticeable. So recommendation is to pump as many as you can into your main stat. And you know, if a scroll or two here and there isn't going to make like a huge difference, but overall you're gonna want to try to keep things in your primary stat as much as possible. All right, this is tough. There we go. All right, third elite. And I think I already got... Did I get scheme in this level? I did. All right, so I already got all the... I got the blueprint. I'm not going to get 60. So I'm just going to, instead of doing a full clear, I'm going to open up the doors by the hand of the king. I'm going to grab that extra scroll, and then I'm going to hit up that shop and cross my fingers for a mimic so I can get a level 13 quad damage infantry bow. Please, please, please. Well, even if the shop's not mimicked, it's still going to be sick, because that is a lot. It's a lot of damage. All right. Let's see. Okay. Good enough. We'll still take it. Can't say no to it. All right. All right, let me just catch up on chat here. Oh my God, Juan, that's so funny. That is like perfect. That is perfect timing. That's so funny. All right, let's see. So Poop, you get mimics from shops. Are you on mobile too? Or I should say, are you playing on mobile? QQ Mario, one of your friends just beat Hand of the King. Rock on. Excellent. Blah blah, can't get past Dracula at 3 BC. Weapons are too weak. So you want to make sure, I don't know if Yeet's still here, you want to make sure that you have your forge as high as possible, so that way your weapon quality is going to be higher. And you want to try to get some synergies on your items, right? So think about, like I'll show you here what I have. I got some poison synergy. So you can see the sinew slicer. It does bleed and it generates toxic cloud around the trap, which means that if you look at my Tesla coil down here in the bottom right, just from that alone, I'm going to get an extra 140% damage with Tesla coil. So you're basically doubling your damage right there with synergy. So that's another thing that you can do as far as trying to get as many different sources of damage as possible that are all synchronous, right? And the other thing, like we were just talking about, is don't spread out your stats. All right. Yep, Slavic. Yep. I did the same thing. I used to spread things out. I was like, oh, I'm just going to make it even, right? We'll do 777, 787, whatever it is, but not, once you learn. And Southworth, welcome in, and congratulations on getting to the 5BC boss. Never mind the fact that you didn't win the fight. Congratulations on getting there. It's wild. Yeah, so you are going to have to grind a little bit for Forge Blah, unfortunately. I was mentioning earlier, you can use assist mode and boss rush to get a bunch of cells quickly. Forge is necessary, but it's kind of a pain, so that might make things a little bit less painful for you. All right. Perfect. All right. So what am I doing here? I'm just gonna keep everything, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. We're gonna roll. Yeah. yeah. The fortune. E asks, does weapon damage increase with boss cell? So, the weapon, like the gear number, will increase on certain boss cells. I think 3 BC is the first one. Like you'll notice when you play, you're right out of the starting tubes, or when you get the random weapons at the beginning, it'll be a level 1. When you get to level 3, or excuse me, 3 BC, I think it's like a level 3, and level BC4 is like a level 4, something like that. So the base quality does increase, right? Yeah, weapons change with patches, makes the game so different for sure. I still have I have an unpatched Switch with version 1.8 on it, and it is so different. It is so different. The scrolls on weapons, like food shops are expensive. Like potions cost like 100,000. It's out of control. This quad damage is making quick work. I just gotta make sure I don't get tagged. There we go. See ya. Yep, Slavic. That's it. Yep. Better quality doesn't directly increase damage. Yeah, so 5 BC and 4 BC do have the same quality. They both start with level 4 here. So, all right, so that was a success, right? That was a successful run. So I did what I accomplished, right? What I set out to do. We got the 5th BC, got the acceptance blueprint. I didn't choke that much, didn't die, so we're good, right? I know, yeah, Ian. The damage is. I didn't even check to see if there was any additional synergies. I'm gonna look real quick. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go back. So I'm on PS5, so I can record things after they happen. I want to see if there was any additional synergy on that infantry bow. I wasn't even paying attention. All I did was look at the quad. Burning oil, and I think the Tesla coil. Yeah, I think there was burning oil on the Tesla coil there. So, shredded. Yeah. Yo, Ian, thanks for coming in. Glad to see you. I'll talk to you soon, man. Thanks for dropping in. So, Juan, you got to 5 BC after watching the tutorials. That's sick. And then playing other difficulties with malaise. Yep, that is such a good. That's like such a good weight to. That's such a good weight to train with. Super sick, right? Yep. Nathan heading out. Hey, thanks for coming in. Glad to see you. Thanks for contributing, and good luck with 4VC, man. Hope to see you again soon. So, all right. So we did it, right? So we're looking at a couple hours into this stream. Probably gonna call it for the night. I feel like I don't have another full run in me, but that was fun. That was sweet. So thanks everybody for coming. Let me see. I'm just gonna make my thing a little bit bigger. There you go. Hi. Thanks everybody for coming and for hanging out. This was a lot of fun. The answer to my question is yes, I can multitask apparently. So I'm pretty proud about that. So hopefully do this again sometime soon. I don't know if I'm gonna have a schedule. Maybe it'll be in a week or a month or something, but I would love to do this again. So super. Oh, Emma's just popping in. Hello. I was just signing off. But thanks for coming in. Gonna be doing it again. Rice, you're welcome. Slavic, Poop, Orion, nice to see you folks. Yeet, great to hang, and hope to catch y'all soon. All right, have a good night, folks. Take care.